Hello, what's going on, guys? And today I'm back with a first video of actually the regular season. And today I'm gonna be talking about about the surprises in the league, and I'll start with the biggest surprise of the year so far in the Edmonton Oilers, which they have just been amazing so far. And the most surprising thing is they've done all this with practically like they only had one or two games with Larson. Like Adam Larson's arguably their best defensive defenseman, and they've done all these wins without Adam Larson. So this is a pretty spectacular start to the season, and they have another game to get again today against Detroit. They're probably going to kill Detroit because Detroit has been awful since their pretty decent start to the year, just like Edmonton. Because they had a start like Edmonton, not as good, but they did have a good start, not as good as Edmonton's. They've basically done what people probably thought Edmonton was going to do in collapsing right now, but this is Edmonton right now, and they're not they're not. And McDavid put up the most points in 7 games since Wayne Gretzky for Edmonton, and probably the first player in NHL history since Gretzky, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I know. I know Lemieux. It said Lemieux did it too. It said Lemieux did it too. Those were different eras, and it was probably easier to put up the points back in the day. But again, but again, Gretzky and Lemieux were the best ever to play, and the fact McDavid and there is scoring is more like the 80s and 90s now. It's not that the dead puck era is just gone, which thank God it is gone. McDavid though 17 points in 7 games. If people still think Crosby's better, just don't even try to compare Crosby to McDavid. Crosby is still the second best player in the world in my opinion. He's not even close to how good McDavid's been in. And you could even say McDavid's not even in his prime and he's that good. But it shows when Edmonton plays well, how much more points and goals can McDavid put up? And hell, how many goals can Draisaitl put up if Edmonton's good? He put up 50 last year with a crappy Edmonton team. He can. How much is he gonna put up this year? Like, could he actually crack more than 50 this year? That just it would be insane. I said Draisaitl probably in the 45 range, but man, he's been tearing it up too. He's already close to like 10 goals. He's been insane. Draisaitl's also been insane, and Mike Smith's been great. Koskinen's been pretty good too. Not great, but he's been pretty good. And Mike Smith's probably the starter. They need, but they do need goaltending in. But Edmonton is a great start. But yeah, that's Edmonton. Edmonton's just been great. The second team is Buffalo. Now Buffalo, I predicted would be a better team than the Edmonton Oilers. They haven't this season, but have had an amazing. I think it's like a 6-1 start. They've won 6. They practically have had the same start as the Edmonton Oilers. Can the Sabres keep it up? This is enough. And the Sabres had a 10-win streak last year, and I don't even know if they won 10 games after that. It was that they played so bad after December or whatever month they got 10 in a row. It's actually crazy how bad they played. They haven't collapsed yet. They have not collapsed yet. Eichel Eichel's been fantastic this season. Olofsson's been insanely amazing, right? Reinhardt's been pretty good. Dahlin's continuing his craziness. He's been spectacular in both ends of the ice. He's a lottery pick for sure, worth every pen. He's gonna be so he's gonna be rich when his entry level deal's done. Dahlin could be getting $10 million because the way money goes up, he looks like the next Erik Karlsson. I'm not even kidding. And Hudden has been solid. all season. Hutton has been solid all season. It's been great for Buffalo to get all these great stuff really happening in the NHL so far. It's been great for Buffalo to get you know Edmonton and Buffalo. They're both teams. Their fans have been suffering. I said, all off season, if they can be good, I mean, those are the most deserving fan bases to probably be good. And it's not been good for a while. And Buffalo, they haven't made the playoffs since 2011. They have not made the playoffs since 2011, which is just not good at all. And their last playoff series was that they won. It was like, what, 07? It's been a long time since they won a series as well, but it's been a long time for everything. Buffalo. It's been a long time since Buffalo was even close to making the playoffs. I think it was like 2012, the last time they were in the mix of the playoffs in the lates of the season. Because they've had a few times they've had good starts in the past, but most seasons they've had Ted Nolan teams. They had Ron Wolfson or whatever the heck his name is. They had really bad. They've had multiple coaches. They've had so many, like not just bad teams, but they've had just disastrous teams after disastrous teams that can't even stay in, like some of these teams couldn't even stay in games. 2015 they would trade goalies to try to get McDavid because that's how bad they were. They were so bad that they literally wanted to lose. And now that Buffalo is actually playing really well to start the year, and they're getting goaltending from Hutton, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good for Buffalo. Edmonton and Buffalo are just, they're playing really well right now, and they're arguably the best two teams in the league, which is again insane to think. But if both these teams make the playoffs, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So the two teams, these are the two biggest surprise. These are by far the two biggest surprises in the league. And of course, for Edmonton, obviously, I actually didn't touch on the real deal, especially his 4-goal game. I don't know if he's gonna, get 60, 70 goals the way his pace is, but could he reach 30? I think easily he should get 30. I don't know if he'll actually reach the 40 mark though, but that would be it would be fantastic. He could get 40 though. He really could. But he's probably going to just be in the 30 range because he's not that level of tier. But again, Jeff Skinner is not that tier. And he scored 40 last year. So anything can happen to a player that can have a breakout year. Maybe it's Neil. So those are the two biggest surprises in my opinion. There's other surprises too. But those are by far the biggest surprises of the season so far. Leave your comments down below. See you all later.